Welcome to This Week with Old Sarge. Anybody that's had to deal with a doggone public for more than 2 seconds agrees with this t-shirt. So, this week we're going to talk about locking up a young fella for drinking and driving. So, way back when I was a young trooper assigned to the Hope Station for the first time, shout out to you guys, out there on the midnight shift with my senior trooper who's doing the driving. Into the midnight shift, looking real forward to getting to go home. Making a last loop through the area, get a call her off the road. Somebody called it in. Way out on the back roads, out in the rural area. So we thread our way through all the back roads, get out there, sure enough, find a car. Looked like it just ran off the right side of the road and stuck its nose down and its butt up, and right there she is. Pretty good angle, about 45 degrees up. Pull up there, call her in, get out, start checking, see if anybody's around. Find one occupant. He's laying underneath the hatchback. Hatch on the back of the car, he's laying right in the cargo area. Looking around, ain't nobody else. Knock, knock, knock on the hatchback. Big old eyes open up. Woo! It's like, yeah, I bet that was scary, wasn't it? Yeah, driving down the road and come to the old quick stop and woo! Physics pulls you right out of the driver's seat and somehow tosses you all the way back in the hatchback. You all right? He's like, I think so. It's like, see if you can work your way out of there. Woo, he stinks of, woo. He's been drinking. Oh, he stinks. Little teenage young man still in high school, and he's, woo, Lord have mercy. He's had more than a few. When he says he's had 2 like everybody does, he means 2 big ones. Real big ones. Get him out, do a little field sobriety testing. He's a keeper. Lock him up, put him in the back of the troop car, call a hook for the car, head on back to the station, put him on the box. Old breathalyzer days. Popping them ampules. Sticking one of them right in your doggone thumb. Happens every time. Put him on the old box there. He gives her the 2 separate samples. Yeah, he's over. He's way over. No bigger than he is. Woo! Boy, is he over. Well, he ain't 18 yet, so give Mom a call. She comes on down, and here's where you get your accident report for him crashing your car. And here's a bunch of tickets for your son. You know, seatbelt. That's why you wear your doggone seatbelt. You don't end up in the hatchback. A little careless driving, a little drinking and driving. Here you go, Mom. Court date's on the back. See you later. So, done and done. Get all the reports written up, everything gets approved, everything's good to go. Waiting for the subpoenas to arrive. Mandatory court on that drinking and driving ticket. So sure enough, subpoenas arrives and got the court date on there. Get all my discovery together. All my tickets, all my reports. Heading down to court. Whoop, whoop, here we go. Now, guy I ride midnights with, he's a little bit of a trickster. You got to watch what he says, because he had told me about a week after we arrested this kid, he's like, you know, my daughter goes to high school where this kid goes to high school at. I'm like, yeah. Said, she says he's been walking around telling everybody how he's going to get off on these tickets. Because his mom works there at the municipal building. She's going to make it all better. Make it all go away for him. He's strutting around like the cock of the walk down there. Now I take this with a little bit of a grain of salt, because this fella sometimes says things just to see what your reaction is. So, take that and file that away, and I'm like, all right. So I'm heading down to court, going to get eyes on the situation my own self. Arrive there at court, go inside. Sure enough, there's that kid. Boy, he's looking like he owns the place. Woo, like he's got a joke and a half smirk on his face, like he's getting ready to bust out laughing. Well, just because your mom works at the municipal building doesn't mean she has any kind of sway over the court. But, doggone if I want to let any kind of shenanigans happen here. So, I check in with the prosecutor like you're supposed to. He says, what you got? I said, this case right here. He's like, oh, that kid was just down here. He just wants to merge the seatbelt ticket and the careless driving ticket into the drinking or driving ticket. He's going to plead guilty. Really? Okay. Said, yeah, I sent him back up to the courtroom waiting for the judge to get back on the bench. He'll hear all these, plea bargains and all that kind of stuff on merging the tickets and all that kind of crap. So I'm going to go up there and have a seat in the courtroom and see what's going on. He's like, all right, take care. And I'm like, all right, everything seems to be fine so far. Don't see any kind of shenanigans. Go up there and take a seat in the courtroom. Judge comes on the bench. He starts calling cases. He calls this kid. And of course, Judge, he knows me. I've been in this court before. He calls this kid's case, after a while. And he's like, Trooper, you want to come on up? And I go up to the prosecutor's table, sit down, and Judge goes through all the specifics of the case, like you're supposed to. Want to merge these tickets in, and he looks at me, and I'm like, yeah, that's good to go. And he's like, Trooper, you got anything to say about this case? And this kid's still sitting over there looking like, still got that smirky look on his face, like a jerk. I stand up and I said, yes, Your Honor, I do. In light of the defendant's age and the high reading of the breathalyzer, I would ask for enhanced penalties. Now, he ain't got a smirk on his face anymore. He got that big-eyed look like when I was knocking on the window of that hatchback that morning. Uh-oh. Judge is like, all right, Trooper. I'm like, well, doesn't sound like there was any fix in. He may have been talking a lot of shit around school, but this ain't school. This is court. So, yep, judge lumps him up a little bit. A little enhanced fine, a little enhanced penalties to go along with it. Knocked her right out of the park. Hopefully straighten that young man up, and he's not so doggone foolish anymore, but only time will tell. So, shout out section this week. Shout out to all my B troopers out there doing the JOB, doing things right the first time, every time without fail. Holding true to your oath. Doing what's right. We appreciate what you're doing, so thank you. Thank you very much. Military, we appreciate what you're doing at home and overseas. Holding that line, standing that post, keeping us safe. We appreciate it. So thank you. Thank you very much. So till next week, me and Christmas Pig. Bye now.